Friends, myself Mahima Lahariya from Vijayanagara College Hospate. Welcome in my YouTube channel Pacific Chemistry Classes. Today I will discuss about the arenes and the nomenclature of the benzene derivative. So now let us start our topic. What are arenes? So we can say that a large number of organic compounds from the natural sources, example resins and balsams of the pleasant odor, are termed as aromatic compounds. So what is the meaning of this aroma? Is a Greek word. It means the fragrant smell. So the aromatic hydrocarbons are known as arenes. Hence, aromatic chemistry may be defined as the chemistry of arenes and their derivative. Aromatic chemistry may be defined as the chemistry of the arenes and their derivatives. Now, the term aromatic is strictly reserved for the benzene and for all the carboxylic derivatives which resembles benzene in their chemical behavior. Again, the aromatic term is strictly reserved for benzene and all the carboxylic derivatives which resembles the benzene in their chemical behavior. They are also called as the benzenoid compounds. Means in the organic compounds, if they have a benzene ring, we can also term them benzenoid compounds. The aromatic compounds composed of carbon and hydrogen only are called aromatic hydrocarbons. Once again, the aromatic compounds which are composed of carbon and hydrogen only are called as the aromatic hydrocarbons. Their general name is arene. They are generally called as arenes, and arenes are mainly of three types. First is the monocyclic arenes, second is the polycyclic isolated arenes, and third is the polycyclic condensed arenes. So, monocyclic arenes, what are the examples? Benzene and its homologous. You can see the formula of benzene is C6H6, and we can draw the structure like this. The monocyclic arenes are the benzene and its homologues. Then polycyclic isolated arenes. What is the meaning of isolated? When more than one benzene ring is attached with each other, means more than one benzene ring which are isolated from each other. Then the example is biphenyl. Two benzene rings are attached with each other, but they are not touching the nucleus of each other. So this example is biphenyl. Then polycyclic condensed arene. When more than one benzene rings are fused with each other. For example, naphthalene and anthracene. Polycyclic condensed arenes, the examples are naphthalene and the anthracene. Once again, we can see the aromatic hydrocarbons are known as arenes. Aromatic chemistry may be defined as the chemistry of the arenes and their derivatives. So it's the chemistry where we have to study about the benzene and the compounds which are having the resemblance in the chemical properties with the benzene. And arenes are basically classified into three categories: monocyclic arenes, polycyclic arenes, and the polycyclic condensed arenes. So the example for the monocyclic arenes is benzene and its homologous. Polycyclic isolated arenes, example is biphenyl, and polycyclic condensed arene, the example is naphthalene and the anthracene. Now let us discuss the characteristics of the aromatic compounds. So they are closed chain or cyclic compounds which contains at least one benzene ring. Second, the aromatic compounds contains large percentage of the carbon than the aliphatic compounds. They burn with smoky flames, whereas the aliphatic compounds burns with the non-smoky flame. They are less reactive than the aliphatic compounds. Next, they undergo substitution reaction rather than addition reactions. They undergo electrophilic substitution reactions like nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts reaction, Friedel-Crafts acylation, and the Friedel-Crafts alkylations. Aromatic compounds are resistant to oxidation by aqueous KMnO4, HNO3, and other mild oxidizing agent. Aromatic compounds are highly stable. They are planar too, means all the carbons lie in the same plane. Once again, the main characteristics of the aromatic compounds, they are closed chain or the cyclic compounds. The aromatic compounds contain the larger percentage of the carbon than the corresponding aliphatic compounds. They burn with the smoky flames, whereas aliphatic compounds give the non-smoky flame. They are less reactive than the aliphatic compounds. They undergo the substitution reactions rather than the addition reactions. They undergo the electrophilic substitution reactions like nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts reactions. Aromatic compounds are resistant to oxidation by aqueous KMnO4, HNO3 and other mild oxidizing agent. These compounds are highly stable and they are cyclic planar structure. Now let us see the general formula of the aromatic compounds. The general formula is CnH2n minus 6Y. Here Y is the number of the benzene ring, where N is not less than 6, means as we know the formula of benzene is C6H6 and benzene is the main hydrocarbon of the aromatic series arenes. So the N equals to not less than 6. We can see in the example of the benzene. So in benzene N is equals to 6, Y is equals to 1 as there is only one benzene ring. So how we will have the formula C6H2N minus 6Y. So we can put it here C6H into N. So what is N here? N is a 6. So 12 minus 6 will be C6H6 only. So this is the general formula CnH2n minus 6Y. Symbolic representation of the benzene C6H6. Mostly we represent the benzene either by the formula structure A, either by the structure B or either by the structure C. So basically we can represent the benzene by any of the structures C6H6. Always there will be 3 alternate triple bond between the carbon atoms. We can represent the benzene as the resonance hybrid of the following structures. Now we can see that there are alternate double bond and the single bond between the carbon and the 6 carbon atoms. Now this benzene is represented by the hybrid structures of 1st to 5th in the form of the regular hexagon containing a broken circle. This type we can represent the benzene as a resonance hybrid of the above 5 structures, and this broken circle represents the unsaturation or delocalization of the electrons. Now we can say that benzene has 2 parts. One is the nucleus and other will be the side chain. So what is the nucleus and what are the side chain? We can see this. We can say that this is the benzene nucleus. The 6 carbon atoms of the benzene rings constitute the benzene nucleus, and if any group attached on any carbon atoms, they will constitute the side chain. So now let us see the nucleus and the side chain. The 6 carbon atoms of the benzene ring constitute the benzene nucleus. The characteristics properties of the aromatic compounds are mainly due to the properties of the nucleus. Now what will be the side chain? Any alkyl group or any other group containing at least one carbon atom attached directly to the nucleus is called as the side chain. What is the side chain? An alkyl group or any other groups containing at least one carbon atom attached directly to the benzene nucleus is called the side chain. Example: CH3 methyl, CH2, then C2H5 or your CH2Cl, etc. The group like OH, NO2, NH2, etc. they contain no carbon attached to the nucleus, so they are not considered as the side chain. We can have a look. For example, if any alkyl group is attached on the benzene nucleus, this is considered as a side chain. This is a nucleus and this is the side chain. Then again this is a nucleus and this will be considered as the side chain. In this compound, NO2 is attached directly, but this is not the side chain. We will call this as a functional group. Now, in this compound, this carbon is directly attached with the nucleus, so this is considered as a side chain. We discussed about the symbolic representation of the benzene, about the nucleus and the side chain, And now let me tell you one thing. As the nucleus, the side chain will be there. If it's of aliphatic nature, the reactions will be the characteristics of the aliphatic compound. Means the benzene ring, when we will study the reactions, some reactions are the properties of this benzene nucleus and some reactions are due to the presence of the our substituents. If it is aliphatic, so they will give the aliphatic compounds characteristics reactions. Now let us do the numbering of the benzene ring. So the numbering is done in a way, so it is position as a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and 5, 6 in a clockwise direction. So benzene contains the symmetrical ring. So if any monosubstituted derivative exists only in the one form, if any single substituent is present on the ring, it has only one form. For example, our C7H8 will have a single form, that is CH3 will be attached here. Because all the positions are symmetrical, so it will have only one form, and means the monosubstituted derivative exists only in the one form. Now let us see about the disubstituted products of the benzene. Disubstitution products of the benzene have three forms, either ortho, meta and para. So I have represented it as singly, that in general form we are giving second position as the, if we number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it is ortho, this is meta, this is para. To remember that, we can also have a code that is Om Prakash, means OMP. So it's a simple to recognize. We can have any code like that, Om Prakash. So we will not get the sequence of OMP, ortho, meta and para. Now let us see the disubstituted benzene derivatives exist in the three forms. Depends upon the position of the two substituents. Depending upon the position of the two substituents, they can have the three isomers like ortho, para and meta. If now suppose our main substituent is A, so the second substituent, if it is coming at the second position, it is ortho isomer. If the second substituent B is coming at the third position, it is termed as the meta isomer. And if the B substituent is coming at the fourth position, it is termed as the para isomer. Now let us discuss it with the example of our xylene. Xylene has a two CH3 groups. Now when it is at the 1, 2 position, means when first position and this is the second position. When a substituent comes to the second position, it is our orthoxylene, and we can also write it as 1,2-dimethyl benzene. Then second is the, if it is at the 1 to 3rd position, means 1, 3. If it is a 1, 3 form, it is our metaxylene, and if it comes on the 4th position, it is our paraxylene, or IUPAC name is 1,4-dimethyl benzene. Once again, for the disubstituted derivative, it can have either the form ortho, that is 1, 2 position. If it is on the 3rd position, it is our meta isomer, 1, 3 we are saying. And if the second substituent comes at the 4th position, it is our para isomer. Now let us see when the three substituents are present. So in the case of trisubstituted derivative, the number of isomers depends upon the nature of the substituents. Now first point, if three substituents are the same, what it is written, in the case of a trisubstituted derivative, how many isomers we will get depends upon the nature of the substituents. Means if the substituents are the same, we will have 3 isomers. If the two substituents are same and the one is different, we will have 6 isomers. If 3 substituents are different, and then we will have 10 isomers. We will discuss it. Now if the 3 substituents are the same, for example, here all I have represented with AAA. So we will have 1, 2, 3 form of the isomer. It is termed as adjacent or the vicinal isomer. Second, if it is positioned at 1, 2, 3 and then 4, so it is 1 to 4, it is termed as unsymmetrical isomer. Now if it is placed in 1, 3 and 5 position, it is symmetrical isomer. Once again, we can have, if the three substituents are the same, we can have three isomer. First is termed as adjacent because these three are close to each other. Then 1, 2, 3 positions are given. Then other is 1, 2 and 4. It is known as unsymmetrical or asymmetrical. And when they are positioned at 1, 3 and 5 means alternate after leaving one place. So this is our symmetrical isomer. For example, trichloro derivative of benzene. 1, this is, you can see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is termed as our vicinal or adjacent trichlorobenzene. Next is our 1, 2 and 4. It is termed as our asymmetrical or unsymmetrical trichlorobenzene. Then next is our 1, 3 and 5 position. It is termed as our symmetrical or trichlorobenzene. So once again, the first point we can see, as there are three substituents are same, we have three isomers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 and 1, 3, 5. Now let us see the second case, when if two groups are same and the third one is different. If the two groups are same and the third one is different, then we will have 6 isomers. And if the three substituents are if the three substituents are different, then we will have 10 isomers possible. Means if the two substituents are same, then the number of isomers is 6, and if the three of the substituents are different, then the number of isomers are 10. Now let us summarize once again. When there is only one substituent, we have monosubstituted product, only single isomer. Then in the case of the disubstituted products, we are having three form, that is orthoisomer, meta-isomer and the para-isomer, as we seen in the case of orthoxylene, metaxylene and the paraxylene. Ortho position is 1, 2, meta is 1, 3 and para position is 1, 4. In the case of our trisubstituted derivative, if the three substituents are the same, then three isomers are possible, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 and 1, 3, 5. If our two substituents groups are same and third is different, we have 6 isomers, and if the three substituents are different, then we are having the 10 isomers. Till now we have seen the symbolic representation of benzene, nucleus and the side chain, numbering of the position on the benzene ring, monosubstituted, disubstituted and trisubstituted. Now the term comes aryl groups. So what are aryl groups? It can be asked in the 1 mark question also. So when an arene loses one or more hydrogen atom, the residue left behind is called as aryl group. When an arene loses one or more hydrogen atoms, the residue left behind is called as aryl groups. It is just the same as we are doing in our methane, means we are subtracting one H from the methane, so we are getting methyl. Similarly here from the benzene, if we will minus one hydrogen, we will get our phenyl. So arene minus one hydrogen, you will get aryls. Or what we are doing, we are just adding the suffix YL to the name of a arene. So we will get our aryl group. So what is an aryl group? When an arene loses one or more hydrogen atoms, the residue left behind is called as the aryl groups. So here I have explained some of the important aryl groups which are used. These are the aryls of the aryl radicals of the benzene and the toluene, which are given below. So we will see, if it is benzene and we subtract one H, we will get our phenyl radical, and this is our C6H5CH3, that is our toluene, simple toluene. And if we will subtract one hydrogen, we will get the radical benzyl. C6H5CH3 is the name of the parent compound, parent hydrocarbon. If we will subtract one of the hydrogen, so this group C6H5CH2 and one valency free is known as our benzyl. Then if suppose we loses two hydrogens, so C6H5CH, two bonds are free, so this group is known as our benzyl. if C6H5C triple bond CH, if we subtract 3 of the hydrogens, so we will get our radical known as the benzo. It is C6H5C triple bonds. Then again, this is our toluene only. Now what we are doing, this from this radical, if we subtract one more hydrogen from other position, so this radical is known as our toluene. Means it is in the previous one it is C6H5, now it is C6H4CH3, and one of the hydrogen is removed from the other position. So this radical is known as toluene, and it is removed from the ortho position, so it is orthotoluene, and this group is known as our para-toluene group. Now let us see the guidelines for the nomenclature of the benzene derivative. So the word root for the benzene derivative is benzene. For example, if suppose we can say the first case, this is the case. So what is the name? CH3 is the substituent here, so we can write methyl benzene like that. So the names of the monosubstituted benzene compounds are written by prefixing the name of the substituent before the benzene. It is simple. So this will be your, what is the name of this compound? It will be your methyl benzene. And what is the substituent here? It is C2H5, that is ethyl. So this is your ethyl benzene. The substituent here is chlorine. So we are writing it as a chloro. So it will be our chlorobenzene. NO2 is the substituent here. So the name of this compound will be our nitrobenzene. Once again, this is our methyl benzene. This will be our ethyl benzene. This is chlorobenzene. This is our nitrobenzene. Now, when more than one functional group are present in the ring, the principal functional group is selected in the following order of the priority. Means in the above examples, only one functional group is present. But suppose if one more functional group is there, so what the rules for the priority? So we are having an order of the priority group for the different functional group, and these functional groups are as follows. So what we are writing, it is indicated by its suffix name, and the other groups are treated as a substituent and indicated by their prefix name. Means whenever two functional groups are present there, if the functional group is of more priority, it is treated as a suffix and the other will be treated as a substituent. So the first priority is given to our COOH. If it is used as prefix, it is written as a carboxy, and if it is used as a suffix, it is written as oic acid. Then second is SO3H. It is our sulfo as a prefix, and as a suffix it will be written as a sulfonic acid. Then next, third functional group is COOR. It is in a prefix it is written as alkoxycarbonyl, and in suffix it is written as alkyl carboxylate. Then fourth is our COOX. This is our derivative of acid only. All we know RCOCl, like that only. How we were writing just like RCOCl, you can recognize it from there. So it is written in the haloformyl and as a prefix, and for the suffix we are writing it as a OL halides. Then CONH2 is our carbamoyl, and in a suffix it is written as our amide. Then sixth group is cyanide. So here if it is written as prefix, it is written as a cyano, and in suffix it is written as a nitrile. Then C double bond O, we all know ketone group, we are done with carbonyl group. So if it is in the form of C double O, it is written as oxo as a prefix, and in a suffix it is written as on. Then we know OH are two types, alcoholic and the phenol. So for the prefix we are using hydroxy, and for the suffix we are using ol. Then SH group, this is mercapto and a prefix, and in suffix we are writing as thiols. Then NH2, it is written in prefix as a amino, and in suffix it is written as amines. So from the beginning the following functional group are written according to their priorities. So if they are indicated, if they are present in the any compound along with one group, so we have to choose the priority, which groups comes first. So if these groups are named as a prefix, So we are using the following way, and if they are written in the suffix, we are using the following names. Priority rules in this example. In this example, two functional groups are present in the benzene ring, CHO and OH. So according to the priority group, CHO comes first. So we will write it as a suffix, that is our aldehyde. So it's benzaldehyde, and what is the substituent here? It is considered to be OH. So we have written it as it's present on the second position. So we have written it as 2-hydroxy benzaldehyde, and the common name of this compound is salicylaldehyde. Second example, the two functional groups are present on the benzene nucleus, that is OH and NO2. So the our main functional group is here OH, and the second substituent is NO2. So we will write our main as a phenol and substituent as a nitro group. So the name will be, it's present on the fourth position, so the name will be 4-nitrophenol. If we will do the numbering 1, 2, 3, and it comes to be in the fourth position, and the common name is para-nitrophenol, ortho-meta-para. So if we know this is ortho position, this is meta position, and this comes to be our para position, so it is para-nitrophenol. Now next point, when a functional group is present in a side chain, then except the arene, all the side chain substituted benzene derivative are named as the phenyl derivatives of the corresponding aliphatic compound in a common system and the IUPAC system both. Means what? Suppose this is an example, and this is a substituted side chain. Means if a functional group is present in the substituted benzene derivative, so this compound is considered as a derivative of the corresponding aliphatic compound. Now we see what is the aliphatic compound here. There are two carbons. So the two carbon, if there are two carbons, what is the our aliphatic compound is eth, meth, prop, but. What is that? For the two carbons we are using eth. So ethane. So if we will do the numbering, so 1, 2. So what the rule state that when a functional group is present in the side chain, then except the arene, all the side chain substituted benzene derivatives are named as the phenyl derivative of the corresponding aliphatic compounds in the common system as well as in the IUPAC system. Means if a functional group is present in the side chain of the benzene ring, so we will consider it as a derivative of our aliphatic compounds. Now what will be the name of this compound? It is ethane, and its first position it is OH group is there, so it is ethanol, and numbering we have done, so functional group is nearer, we will do the numbering 1, 2. So 2-phenyl ethanol is the name of this compound. Then second rule, next rule, in IUPAC systems, arene are named as the phenyl derivative, just we have discussed. So in IUPAC system, mostly all the arenes are named as the phenyl derivatives. The position of the substituents in the side chains or in the benzene nucleus is represented by the Greek alphabets alpha, beta, gamma. As above we have used 1, 2. Actually it is used in the IUPAC system. For the IUPAC system we are using the numbers 1, 2, 3, and for the our common system we are using alpha, beta, gamma. In the IUPAC system, arenes are named as phenyl derivatives, and the position of the substituents in the side chains or in the benzene nucleus is represented by the Greek alphabets alpha, beta, gamma, or Arabic numericals, and the IUPAC system we use the numbers 1, 2, 3. For example, if this is the benzene and the side chain is CH2, 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 and a substituent is Cl here, so what will be the name? So if we will do the numbering, all the rules are same as we have done, studied the rules, nomenclature of the aliphatic compounds, alkanes and others. So the numbering is done from the end where the substituent is nearer. So 1, 2, 3, and so we will write it for the 1-chloro 3-phenyl propane, and again we have to follow the alphabetical order here. So it is 1-chloro and third position phenyl is attached. So we'll write 3-phenyl, and our main aliphatic compound is propane here. So word root will be the propane. So 1-chloro 3-phenyl propane. And they told for the IUPAC system, they are considered as the phenyl derivatives. So the name will be for them is first IUPAC name is 1-chloro-3-phenyl propane, and for the common system we can also write gamma phenyl propyl chloride. Alpha, beta, gamma we are using in the common system. Now one thing more, most of the aromatic aromatic organic compounds are named by their common name. We will see now some of the IUPAC and the common names of the some aromatic hydrocarbons. So first category comes to be the benzene and the alkyl benzene. As we all know, the benzene, if we substitute it with the methyl, the name will be the methyl benzene and the common name is toluene. Then next, if we will place 2 methyl substituent, it will be C6H4 and the 2 bonds will be freed. Means we can also write it as C6H4 and like this. Means 2 bonds of the C6H4, 2 bonds can come and attach. So it is your xylene. It is 1, 2. On what position the methyl groups are present? 1, 2 means ortho position it indicates. So it is your orthoxylene or 1,2 dimethyl benzene. Next 1, 2 and 3. So it is your 1,3 dimethyl benzene, or we can say that it is a metaxylene. Then in the what is the IUPAC name? IUPAC we are always doing the numbering 1, 2, 3 and it comes to be the 4. So 1,4 dimethyl benzene is the IUPAC name, and in the bracket we are writing the paraxylene. So orthoxylene, ortho position, then meta position, metaxylene, and other group is present on the para position, it is your paraxylene. Then come to alkyl benzene. So as we already told, we can consider them as the phenyl, we can say it as a phenyl ethylene as the common name, and the IUPAC name is ethynyl benzene. Then for the alkyl benzene, it is C triple bond CH means acetylene group. We remove one hydrogen and one phenyl group is added, so it's our phenyl acetylene, and the IUPAC name is ethynyl benzene. Let us have a look on the halogen derivatives. So if it is C6H5Cl, we can simply write it as a chlorobenzene. Now the 2 chlorines are present. If they are present on the 1,2 position, it is our 1,2 dichlorobenzene. Then similarly 1,3 dichlorobenzene, 1,4 dichlorobenzene, and they are also known as ortho dichlorobenzene, meta dichlorobenzene, and the para dichlorobenzene. Then as we already studied, there are the 3 isomers when there are 2 substituent present, that is ortho, meta and the para. Then next come to our phenyl chloromethane. Means if C6H5CH2Cl, we already know this group C6H5CH2 group is known as benzyl group, and if it is chlorine is attached, we can also call this as benzyl chloride. Next C6H5CHCl2 can be written as a benzyl dichloride, because this group is our benzyl group C6H5CH. It is also written as phenyl dichloromethane. Next C6H5CCl3, it is our benzo group C6H5C triple bond, so we can also write it as a benzo, and 3 chlorines trichloride. It can also be written as a phenyl trichloromethane. Now let us come on the hydroxy derivative. So simply our simplest is our phenol C6H5OH. They are categorized in the monohydric phenols, dihydric phenols, polyhydric phenols. Then next category we will study the aromatic alcohol. Now in the monohydric alcohol, the simplest example is our phenol. Next, if OH and the CH3 groups are present together, we can also name them as a, if this is given the number 1, so this is our 2 position, it is our 2-methyl phenol, this is our 3-methyl phenol, it is our 4-methyl phenol. They are also again 2 substituent present, so there are 3 isomers, orthocresol, metacresol and the paracresol. They can be written as orthocresol, metacresol and the paracresol. Now dihydric phenols means when there are 2 OH group present in the benzene ring. So the common name is catechol. Adds, we can number this as 1 and this is 2. It is 1,2 dihydroxybenzene, it is 1,3 dihydroxybenzene, and it is 1,4 dihydroxybenzene. So this common name is catechol. It is our resorcinol, very important compound for the students, and remember the formula. And this is also important, hydroxyquinone or quinol. It is our para isomer, so we can write it as a 1,4-dihydroxybenzene. Now we can have a look on the polyhydric phenols. Polyhydric means when there are number more than the 2 H groups. So 1, 2, 3, as already discussed, that if there are 3 substituents, there will be 3 isomers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 and 1, 3, 5. So it can be written as a 1, 2, 3 trihydroxybenzene. Common name is pyragalol, and it is a vicinal or adjacent type of isomer. Then 1, 2, 4, it is 1, 2, 4 trihydroxybenzene or hydroxyquinol we can write, and it is our asymmetric type. Then next is 1, 3, 5. It is symmetrical, so the name is 1, 3, 5 trihydroxybenzene or fluoroglucinol. Now let us come to our aromatic alcohol. Aromatic alcohols, the first example is phenyl methanol. So if it is C6H5CH2OH, it is considered as a derivative of the methane here. So how we can name the phenyl methanol? Then other name is benzyl alcohol, as again C6H5CH2 group is our benzyl group and benzyl alcohol will be the name. Next we can see C6H5CH2CH2OH, as this is the side chain, and when the side chain is there we can do the numbering. So at the second position or the beta position our phenyl ring is present, so we can name it as a 2-phenylethanol or beta phenyl ethyl alcohol. So next similar CH3CH C6H5OH, so its name will be 1-phenyl ethanol, or we can in the common name alpha beta numbering we will do. So it is alpha position the phenyl ring is attached, so alpha phenyl ethyl alcohol. Then aromatic ethers, as the nomenclature is similar to our alkanes, as our ethers were known as alkoxy alkane. What we are saying them as alkoxy alkane in the IUPAC system. So the similar way here we will name them, and the smallest group is named first. So the word root for the hydrocarbons is benzene here. So OCH3 group is our methoxy group. So how we can write this as C6H5OCH3. So it will be our methoxybenzene. The common name is anisole or methyl phenyl ether. Next is our C6H5OC2H5. It is also written as ethoxybenzene, or phenitol is the common name, ethyl phenyl ether. Then next it is C6H5OC6H5. So how we can write it as, it can be written as a diphenyl ether, and it is our phenoxybenzene. Now next our aldehyde functional group. As we all know, benzaldehyde is the common main aromatic aldehyde. Then next CHOOH. When 2 substituents are here, the priority is given to the CHO group. So it is our salicylaldehyde is the common name, and 2-hydroxy benzaldehyde will be the name, as our OH group is present on the second position. Next comes to our C6H5CH2CHO. Again we can name it as a phenylethanol, as our aldehydes are known as alkanol, so it is our phenylethanol. Then next is our 3-phenyl propanol, or we can also write beta phenyl propion aldehyde. Let me revise you why we are writing it as a propion aldehyde, because when there is 3 carbons in an aldehyde, it is written as a propion. So here it is 3-phenyl propanol. Next is our aromatic ketones. So it is simply C6H5COCH3 can be written as a 1-phenylethanol, or the common name is acetophenone, or we can also write it as a acetophenone. Then next is C6H5COC6H5. It is diphenylmethanone or benzophenone. Then next is our 1-phenylbutanone or butaphenone. Then this, actually there are so many examples, but only the important one you can learn, because I explained in the details. It's any name can be asked in your exam. Sulfonic acid group. What is the function of the sulfonic acid? Is SO3H. So we can split it as a SO2OH. Simplest example is the benzene sulfonic acid, and the next para-toluene sulfonic acid, because CH3 is our toluene and it is present in the para position. So we can write it as our para-toluene sulfonic acid is the main. Then next is our 4-amino benzene sulfonic acid. Functional is a group is our nitro group. So the nitro derivatives of benzene are, simplest is our nitrobenzene C6H5NO2. Then again we will see the bisubstituted products, that is our 2-position nitro group is present. So we can have our 3 isomers, metadinitrobenzene, orthodinitrobenzene and the para. But the most important is our the metadinitrobenzene. We have already used in our labs, it's a yellow in color. And nitro groups are mostly, they are light absorbing groups, so they are just mostly yellow in color. So first position this group, and 1 2 3, so it is 1,3-dinitrobenzene. Next is our derivative. We can just consider that C6H5CH3 is our toluene group and NO2 is attached, so we can name it as 2-nitrotoluene or orthonitrotoluene. Then next is our, again it's a phenol, so NO2 group is present on the 4th position, so it is our 4-nitrophenol, or we can say it's a para-nitrophenol. Then next, this is very important, our 2,4,6-trinitrotoluene. This is the C6H5CH3 is our toluene, and the 3 groups are present NO2, so at the 2nd position, 4th position and the 6th, so it is 2,4,6-trinitrotoluene. In short, we are also saying it as a TNT. And other important nitro compound is our 2,4,6-trinitrophenol. So it's a basic strict compound is phenol, and 3 groups are attached on the 2nd, 4th and the 6th position, so we can write it as a 2,4,6-trinitrophenol, and the common name is picric acid. These two structures are very important for the exam purpose also, TNT and the picric acid. Next is our carboxylic acid group. So we all know what is the carboxylic acid group. It is COOH, so it can be either here H or R. So the simplest carboxylic acid is benzoic acid. Then next, if it is, again it can also be the main functional group is COOH and the substituent on the 2nd position, so it can be named as a 2-methyl benzoic acid. Or if we just consider it as a toluene, so toluene acid is, we can also write it as a orthotolic acid. Then next, if our COOH group and OH group both are present together, then we can write it as a 2-hydroxybenzoic acid, as it is present on the 2nd position. So it is, common name is salicylic acid. This is also important for the exam point of view. Next, dicarboxylic acids, 2 acid groups are present. We will have 3 isomers, that is our orthoisomers, metaisomer and the paraisomer. These 3 are important. So now let us see, the name is benzene 1,2-dicarboxylic acid. The common name is phthalic acid. This is also very important, and also in practical you have done this compound. Then next is our benzene 1,3-dicarboxylic acid. It is known as isophthalic acid. And next is our 1,4 paraisomer, so it is a terphthalic acid. Out of 3, our phthalic acid is very important. Next, let us see on the acid derivative. We all know there are many acid derivatives like our acid chlorides, acid halides, acid amide and our esters. So this is our C6H5COCl form. I have written like this. So in IUPAC we are saying it as alkanoyl halides. So the name is benzoyl chloride, C6H5CO, and this is our Cl. Then next is our benzamides, alkanamides. So the simple name is C6H5CONH2. We can write it as a benzamide. The next is our esters, RCOOR. So C6H5COOCH3. The name is our methyl benzoate. The next important functional group is amines. The simple examples are, if C6H5NH2, we can write it as a benzamine. Next is, if it is present. Any substituent is present on the fourth position. So we can write 4-methylbenzamine, and the common name is paratolidine. Again, it is a very important compound, and it is of a fish-like order, fishy order. We have already done in our labs. So next important functional group is cyanide and isocyanide. So one example of each I have taken. So it is, if C6H5CN can be written as a benzonitrile or phenyl cyanide, and if the functional group is isocyanide, means there is a one coordinate bond between the nitrogen and the carbon. So the name will be phenyl isocyanide or the phenyl carbylamine. The next and the last important functional group I have taken is diazo compounds. Benzene diazonium chloride you have already studied in reactions. So C6H5 N2Cl, and it is named as a benzene diazonium chloride. And the second example of this group is benzene diazonium hydrogen sulfate, as HSO4 group is present. Thank you, students. Thanks for watching the videos. If you like it, please like and share and comments also. And the one more important thing I want to tell about this video, that this is the first part of the arenes part. I will make second part, third part also. So don't get panic that it is too much lengthy, because I have explained the nomenclature in very details. So you have to only learn the name of the important benzene derivative. I will give you the list of the important formulas, but don't get that this is a very lengthy, so it's very hard. But you have to learn only the important formulas. Thank you for watching.